Easy all. So this is the video track list for the show that I did on Tuesday the 24th, I think, of June. It was the 1992 to 1993 Ruffneck Hardcore business, and was the end of a chapter for me for doing live streams from home. As most of you all know, and if you're not, then welcome to this new news for you. I am moving over to Centreforce. So after sort of doing it independently for a couple of years, and so next Wednesday, the 2nd of July, I'll be doing a show with Nikki Dimensions, and that is 10 p.m. until midnight. And then on the 9th of July, I will be doing the show from just me, and we'll be alternating every other week with Nikki Dimensions. I've known Nikki for a long, long time, so it's a real honour to be able to do that. And of course, what a massive day on Centreforce, with it being Bunter, Danny Lyons, Rat Pack, Slipmat, and then mine and Nikki's show. So check some of the posts out. There's the WhatsApp group to get in contact, but the bit that I'm really excited about is that they do stream on Mixcloud as well. So that beautiful community that we have all built, loved and enjoyed over the last few years can hopefully move over there, and we can continue the chat and the buzz. So now that's out of the way, let's try and get onto the track list. So I wouldn't technically call it a Ruffneck Hardcore tune. Now, I think that's something that I've kind of made up. Really, for me, Ruffneck Hardcore is like balls to the walls, got a bit of a early jungle edge to it, rough kind of beats, just, balls to the wall business. But had to play this because this has been on my want list for a long, long time. It's been crazy expensive, and Mr. Nightforce does it again with these phenomenal represses. So this is the Anthill Mob, Penelope's Theme, and of course Revenge of the Hooded Claw. So super excited to get that. I do believe the pre-order for that went live on Sunday, last Sunday. So go and check out nightforcerevolution.com. D-Living, why? This is such a joy to mix this tune. It just kind of goes with everything. And even though it kind of starts off like the beginning bit's a little bit mental, then there's a kind of triplet little drop, a triplet kind of edit before it comes into the drop. So you have to bring it straight in, but just such fun, such a great tune. Big up D-Living. This is the original press of the Sound Mash EP, and I believe I played visions of this one. Again, this was early business from Andy C, working with Ant Miles' studio. Just 4 really phenomenal tracks on there. That was an absolute cracking EP, and I do believe it was repressed once Bill Vega got involved. So big up Bill each and every time. DJ B and EZM, Break of Dawn. No, I played Time Lapse. Again, quite a nice little dark, sinister. This is kind of, well, for me, kind of felt like definitely that sort of early dark side kind of stuff that was coming in. So, who doesn't love a little bit of darkness? Vicious Recordings. So this one is the Addiction Remix EP. I've actually got the originals. I'm just going to show you down there because I keep forgetting down there. There's my cat. Look at that. That's my little practice golf putting thing, and it's just been taken up with like 2 massive crates of records and a cat. All of that stuff in that crate there is all up on my Discogs for sale. I'll do a separate video because there's some absolute gems in there, including the original of this. But I just love this. This has got such great energy, such great vibes to it. Mark Ecstasy drop. Mark Ecstasy. Big up Mark Ecstasy. DJ Crystal, Drop Ecstasy. This was the remix that I played. Big up Crystal and all the hardcore junglism lot for the repress action. Baptized by Dub. Big up the man they call Zack Attack. R.I.P. and big love going out to the Spats and all the TCM crew. Look at those guys, eh? Such fresh face. I actually played a rebaptized by Dub, the Selector's Revenge. Not as played as often as the original Fire, but a absolute champion remix. I love that one. Soapbar, I actually got a few messages about this one. People absolutely love this one, and quite rightly so. Joint project, Total Feeling, absolute slammer. If I recall correctly, it was it really kind of came to light for me when I heard it on the Seduction tape from Fantasia, takes you into 93. Babylon, Time Warp, and Durban Poison, of course. I actually think that this is bonkers that this came out in 92, because it's got 93 written all over it. This was actually a repress through Sublogic. Sublogic were doing some amazing represses, and then just kind of stopped. I don't really know what happened. If anyone knows, you know, stick a little ding dong in the comments below. Double Vision. This was Tango. Was it Tango and Lee or Tango and Dom? I think it was Tango and Dom, actually. Double Vision got to release such a big tune. Like with a lot of Tango's tune, it's just got everything in there. There's a piano, there's the rawness, there's that kind of nasty bass line and that little bass drop. It's just got everything. Love it, love it, love it. Edge of Darkness remixes. Now these Dave Charlesworth was responsible for some absolutely kind of phenomenal tracks. And this was teaming up with S. McCarthy. Now, S. McCarthy was also kind of part of some other groups. My mind's gone totally blank, but I know he did like Universe Project and a ton of other stuff. Go on to Discogs, you'll find them. There were so many great remixes of this Edge of Darkness, and they were all they're all very similar, the sound. I'm not going to say they're the same because they weren't, but they all had a slightly different vibe to them. Some might have had like, you know, a 4/4 beat in them, but just when I talk about rawness of beats and rawness of tunes a lot, you know, I really kind of gel with that kind of raw sound. That's unpolished. This is just the king of those. It's just literally just such harmonic chaos. Love it. Pennywise. It still blows my little noggin that Nookie was involved in this. How crazy is that? Did not know that until about, well, I think last year or the year before, when the represses came out. That is the OG copy. Then we've got the Tango remixes. I played Can't Stop the Rush, but Factor 5 is also an absolute stonker. Out to SS Formation. Big love, as always, going out to Tango, mate. You will always be played in my sets for the rest of my days. That's for sure. Hold Tight EP. Just Want to Hold You Tight. Great vocal, mad beats. At the time, these guys were still recording, I think it's like on 4 8-bit channels. So you had that really kind of crunchy sound with it. And I didn't quite realise, you know, I remember speaking to Pete Cannon going, mate, I just can't get any decent digital copies of this. He goes, you won't, because, you know, how it was all recorded and made. But yet still absolutely blew the tits off everyone in a club. More repress. This was Impact Records repress. I think this was it? Who knows? Obviously sub-dub, massive tune. I went for You Can Dance. Then there was definitely a couple of people that wanted sub-dub in there, so I played You Can Dance. Then I played MB Booyaka, the Lion mix, and then went back and did a bit of rubber-dub sub-dub. Now, this, I've actually got a proper pressing of this, but I don't know where it is. But this one, I think this was kind of an official release. I believe that this was kind of through Ibiza Records. But you've got kind of Jungle House Crew, King of the Jungle, Cool Hand Flex, Lock Me Up, Noise Factory, Behold the Jungle, Noise Factory, The Fire, and Noise Factory, Skin Teeth on there. There's a lot of big boy tunes on there. J4M Records. I love this label. There weren't a huge amount in there. But the Bass Ballistics EP, Smoke this one, Smoke Till You Choke. Back to slamming vinyl. D-Force, original Bad Boy EP. Again, all three of those are just absolute gems. Like, they really do was just so amazing at really kind of capturing energy, super innovative with samples. But I went for original Bad Boy. I normally always just draw straight for rough, but Step Up General and original Bad Boy are both absolute key ones as well. DJ Jinx, Devotion, Paradise Project. Big favourite of Top Buzz back in the day, and also LSD used to slam that as well. Again, this is really that sort of slightly early tip into that dark side edge, but it just had that amazing, beautiful piano halfway through. Citadel of Chaos, which is Jason A-sides. This is Ronnie's Revenge again. Just such a fun tune to mix. And just some great quirky sounds in there. Back to DJB and Easy M, Shocking to the Break of Dawn. Again, real proper Ruffneck business, just raw acid line, raw beats, raw breaks. Bosh. Mark Ryder of, oh my God, Strictly Records, Strictly Underground, Rough Rider, Shaggy Rhythms EP. This was Move Your Bod. When I play this, that vocal, excuse me, just gets stuck in my head for days on end. If I'm honest, I don't really remember it from the back in the day, and then I kind of heard it on a tape several years ago, and I was like, how did I miss that? And then I bought it. Third party, Capsule EP. Look at the BPM of that, 172, 173, 174, 170. You couldn't really mix that well without it sounding crazy slow into many of 92 tunes. So you definitely have to ramp the tempo. I think I played this at -6. What was I playing? Straight from the bedroom. I mean, I play this so much, I just can't get enough of it. Mayhem, and I played Stormtrooper, but you could just take this record out with your eyes closed and put whatever side on. It's gonna do the business. Then I played, again, I don't really play Mayday Mayday very often, so this is Nasty Habits, which of course is Doc Scott. This was released on Reinforced. This, for me, is probably the blueprint of kind of, one of the releases certainly that was the blueprint of that kind of sort of dark side sound. And Here Come the Drums was just, you know, just again, one of those tunes that just helped define jungle as a genre as well. But Mayday Mayday, if you don't know what that sounds like, go and hunt it down or listen to the show. Baby Kane, well, more repress action through the Night Force guys. I played Good Sensei. Big up, Baby Kane. Hope you're good, mate. DJ Vibes. Obsession. Music so wonderful. There's 2 mixes of that, and I don't know if everyone knows it, because I know there was a couple of people going, what mix is this? Is this a new one? But no, it's there were 2 main mixes, or 2 mixes of it, that used to get alternated around quite a lot. DJ's Unknown. Volume 1, Frantic and Impulse, Basement Records. You know, Basement smashed it in 92, but my God, in 93 did they cause an absolute storm. Again, I've mentioned this before. I didn't get this one on there, but Basement Records released 2 4-record EPs, albums, if you will, of all their 93 stuff, or certainly all the big 93 stuff. I bought them for, I think, £35 each at the time they came out, probably 6-7 years ago. And that's everything you ever need from Basement in 1993 in two packages. But I think they're going for quite a pretty penny now. Back to slamming vinyl once again. Now, I kind of remember being scared to play this back in the day, just because it was like, not really like anything else that was out there at the time. But, you know, Red Alert, Mike Slammer, big up yourself, guys. You know, you're still making such a huge impact and influence to this day. I played fucking Ardcore. It was the main A-side, full 45 business. Again, just that breakdown, those strings, that piano. I just love those tunes that have just got such a raw, hectic mayhem structure of beats to them, but then just kind of come with that really sort of nice melody and strings on the top as well. Something for everybody. Of course, Freestyle and DJ are madness. Won't Stand Still. Slipmate used to cane that as well, and it was a good tune, but it definitely got one of the ones that I feel from the tapes that I remember got overlooked. I don't think it wasn't played anywhere near as much as Madness, because that piano in Madness is just chef's kiss. DJ Solo Darkish. Now, I have got, well, this is probably the record that I've got the most copies of, but they're all, like, this is the original copy that I didn't buy this back in the day. This is from my mate's record collection. Shh, don't tell him. That I've had since way back when. But of course, through the represses, through Night Force and the remixes, I think I've got another 4 or 5 maybe, 10-inch versions, 12-inch versions, etc. More repress action. God, where would we be without Nightfall. So I tell you what, we'd be bloody skint paying paying the top dollar that's going for a lot of these ones. And I do realise the absolute position of privilege that I sit in, where, you know, I'm super fortunate to get these free. But paying 90 quid for that, or, you know, 10, 12 quid, no contest then. Give Me My Gun, Smokey Joe, moving into the 93 realms now. And of course, the box. I think this was a repress. Yeah, this was. The box unopened, Human Being, which I think actually is Noise Factory, just under another name, because he had so many, he probably felt the need to just mix it up a little bit. But the box. Oh, this one. So the Torch Men, yeah, a little bit of controversy around this one. Told You Mix 1 and Mix 2. Now, Mix 1, I believe Mix 1 is the one that came back out in 93. And this was then released again in 2021 with Mix 2, with just kind of sort of some really pretty awesome updated drums. But I thought I'd stick with the original and Mix 1 on this one. And then the last tune, of course, you know, Slamming Vinyl. Just that green. It's, from memory, this is the only Slamming Vinyl record that's got the green Toxic Hazard sign on it. But DJ Red Alert and Mike Slammer once again, in effect. I Don't Need Your Love is just equally as big a tune, but in effect got absolutely battered and slammed to death. Not to death, because it still gets played now and it still absolutely kind of tears the pieces out of it. I know that Slipmatt did a remix, I believe, in 94 or late 93. But anyway, that was the track list for all of the records that I played on Tuesday for the 1992-93 Ruffneck Hardcore business. Once again, just a reminder, the Tuesday live streams that I've been doing are moving to Wednesdays. Now, I also do want to stress that I'm going to be carrying the exact same ethos of music. So I will be doing old stuff. I will be championing the new stuff. The only difference, apart from the date and time, is that I'll be bringing guests down, because I'll be doing it in a proper studio. So I'll keep you posted on what's coming up over the coming weeks. But for now, Wednesday, 2nd of July, 10 p.m. If you're part of the crew that kind of is able to join live and join in the chat, jump in on Mixcloud, because that's where we're all going to be able to get back together again. And I'll be honest, I felt super sad. It was really quite hard, that show, because that's the bit that really kind of lifts me up and fills my cup, is just that kind of community vibe. So I hope that all or most can make it over there. Have yourselves a wunderbar weekend. Later.